Hello YouTubers, Troz here, back playing more Satisfactory, and I'm here at the wreck site just south of my oil production and quite a bit east of my factory. You can see it way over there. And as I said last time, the experimental build has been merged in with the early access version. Oop, bit of a hitch there. I'm sure that was saving. And yeah, there's been some changes that I didn't realize. There's 4 oil patches over there, and 2 of them, well, they all were the normal patches, but now 2 of them have been made impure. And there used to be like a whole bunch of oil patches over there. And yeah, I said they were all moved north of here. They used to all be normal, I think. But now, I won't say that random, but they're not all the same. I think they're still the same total amount of oil, but a few are impure, a few are pure, and most of the rest are normal. So I'm going to have to change the layout. I think they were all... I'm not sure, actually, if they were all the same or not. I looked at 2 and they were both normal, and I assumed that they were all normal just because they were all normal previously, but yeah, they changed it up. Like I said, it's still, I believe, the same total amount of oil. It's just they varied where they are. So I'm either gonna have to overclock a few, which is what I did here. I picked up there was a few slugs around here, and yeah, overclocked the impure ones so that they're giving out 120 a minute. You know, just overclock them to 200%. Yeah, so the next thing I need for my factory is I'm going to be making the supercomputers. And the big obstacle there is going to be Quickwire. And for the advanced Quickwire, we're going to need copper and the caterium ore. Let's see how well this... Actually, I should have loaded it up. Or I should have made sure I had it loaded up, but let's swap over to here. Yeah. So my factory is approximately here. I am currently standing approximately here. And this shows, yeah, these were all normal. Now 2 of them are impure. And I thought these were all normal, but you can see there's a mix. Actually, I thought these were all maybe impure. No, this is only... yeah, I thought they were all normal. Anyhow. For Quickwire, if we go and look at... let's go to supercomputers. We are going to need... about 1,000 caterium ore per minute, and that's converts, once it's smelted, into 336 ingots per minute, and that makes, once we combine it with some copper, let's do the visualize that. Here we go. So 1,000 per minute, 1,008. Smelt it to get 1/3 of that, and we make Quickwire. And like, hey, we got almost 3,000 going to here, and a little over 1,000 going over here. And that's theoretically out of 2 pure miners, except that you're not going to you know, that's more than the belts can transport. Luckily, alright, we have a pure here. I was already bringing that over. We have 2 normal, and that's basically together a pure as well. But we can only, instead of getting 480 out of the combination of these and 480 out of these, we only get 450. But we have this over here, and that's not that far. I mean, it's still a trek, but I'll show you that I did set up a belt. So I have actually 3 Mark IV belts of caterium ore. And, oh, well, then we need copper. If we go back here, we're going to need twice as much copper. So basically, yeah, with the 3 belts, this goes up to 1350, which will give us 450, 1 full Mark IV belt. So we need 2 Mark IV belts of copper. But if we try to look on the map, we're already using these and these for iron. We could use that, but that's not nearly enough. We have a pure over here, which isn't too far. I mean, it's about the same as this. But, I mean, there's one more pure over here. That's a bit of a distance. But going just a little bit further, we could go over here, and there's 3 pure nodes. In fact, if you zoom all the way out, that's the highest concentration of copper anywhere on the map. So we only need 1 additional from here, but since there's 2 more, we might as well take it, because like, we still have 2 iron over here that we could combine with that copper to get even more iron, and, you know, anything iron makes, which is nearly everything except Quickwire. I mean, you know, with the iron wire recipe, we basically can make everything. Alright, so there you can see some belts. I'll briefly go over here. It's took a bit to find, but I eventually found it. Ooh, and just as the sun is that the sun, or is that... Oh, that is setting. I was about to say it's just as the sun is coming up, but you know what? It's not coming up. Ooh. A little bit of the poison over here, just fly around it. Yeah, gotta actually watch my health there. So it's actually not too far from here. You can actually see I have the green marker here for more copper. Come around this way, I think. End up here. Oh yeah, look at that. Your little walkway up. And there's a nice clearing here. This is one area I'm not too familiar with, the map, but yeah, look, there's this nice clearing. There's 2 nodes right here, and then a little further back is the other node. In fact, I think there's a limestone node over here as well, which I'm not using. I thought I heard the skittering of a spider, but yeah, there's the limestone. Is this quality-wise? Could probably look on the map, but hey, it's pure as well. So yeah, actually, well, I wouldn't say a decent place to start a base, but if you can make a base near here, that's gonna provide like all of the copper you'll ever need. And apparently, I flew past. Yeah, you're over here. So there's 1 pure here, and I missed the belt. There's also a crash site over there that I was able to get a hard drive out of. We got 2 more pure over here. And I set up a little workbench here just because I need to build the portable miners. I need 2 for each because those are all Mark II. Oop, my head's stuck in there. And yeah, then it was kind of a slog to build this back. Pretty sure I used over 4,000 encased industrial beams. Through the trees there, through the trees here. Still have that guy hanging out there. Yeah, and all of those are overclocked at 200%. And we have another bit of poison area here. I should get over it. Nope, I'm dead. Yeah, I will be right back, because it actually will take me a bit of time to get back here. Alright, I'm back here. Where goes my truck? I have a truck that goes between my original factory and that factory. I'm also hanging out right next to this purple power slug, but I don't need him, so I'm going to let him be for the minute. You see, there's quite a few slugs, and if I really, you know, I'm trying to only overclock miners and oil pumps. So, yeah, so that was the poison that got us. So we're just going to come down here, get back on this belt. The triple belt. And just ride that back to our factory. And along the way, we run into that one node of copper right up here. Another green marker on the map. Actually, speaking of on the map, yeah, so this was more copper where we had the 3 miners, and the belt kind of comes along here, and as you can see, we're over here. Here's the other pure node, and then our factory is kind of, well, in this-ish area. I've placed a few more of the radio towers. I've almost got the whole area. There's just this kind of northern-ish area that's and a few of the taller places that aren't actually mapped. So yeah, here is a 4th miner. Yeah, I believe this is pure as well. Yep, and we have it clocked at 200%, so we get 480 per minute. I really can kick that down to like 195 or something to that effect, if I want to save a little power. So we can take this. Knew I was close there. I didn't realize. Kind of ran right into, well, the belt makes it. I don't. I've also put geothermals on most of the geysers on the map. I think there may be 2 I'm missing at this point. Maybe 3. I know there's at least 1 or 2 way on the northeast corner that I haven't been to yet. So here we are approaching our factory. trees here. I'm using the conveyor lifts now because they are a lot easier to place than the previous zigzagging belts, especially when you're going as high as we are. And more lag. I'm sure it's saving. Oop, there we go. Yeah, so we come in from the other side with the 4 copper, and it goes, well, up as high as it can go. We're taking 2 more all the way up to the top floor there. These 2, I'm not sure, like I said, I may turn them into iron or not. I'll have to see what we need later as things get added. And yeah, all the way at this point, just barely, but so here's the copper, and we've got 30 smelters, actually 32 smelters, because each line really needs 15, but I've got 8 and 8, so we got 16, so the last 2 only run half as much time each. And then we got, you know, another 16, but we get 2 belts out of it of copper ingots. Over here, we have 30 smelters for the caterium ore. 10 of these use up a whole belt of ore because it takes 45, so obviously 10 is 450. But it only gives you 150 out. So we have 3 belts of ore in, but the belts on the spacey from either side merge into 1 belt. So there is our 1 miner for the caterium ore. Nice that the sun is coming back up. These 2 together, and that's overclocked to 200%. These 2 together are also both overclocked, and you can see that they kind of join and make their own single belt. And then it will be hard to see, but off in the distance, yeah, it will be really hard to see. Let's hey sun, come on up. Well, anyway, they come in and are these conveyor lifts here. Yeah, this side is a much, well, the ground slopes down, so I need actually, 2 full conveyor lifts, and then we come out over here, and then each belt, goes to 10 smelters, 5 on each side, and then the 2 lines here all merge in. So we're getting, 450 a minute of here. We got 900 a minute of the copper, and so the caterium ore runs on this belt down the whole length here. The copper, 2 belts, each fill half of these 60. 30 on each side. Alternate Quickwire assemblers. They get 90 a minute, so each group of 5 assemblers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make a belt of Quickwire, and we are getting 12 such belts. We got 3 here, 3 here, and then another 6, 3 on each side down that way. That's a bit over 5,000 Quickwire a minute. We need only a bit over 4,000 for the supercomputers. I'm not sure where we'll use the rest, but I'm sure we'll use it somewhere. You know, in fact, that is almost exactly 2 belts that we won't need. And hopefully, as the sun rises, the fog dissipates a bit, because I do kind of want to... I do have the 1 caterium ore belt following this belt. Of course, we completely lose it. As the sun gets higher, though, I believe the fog does go away. While we wait for the fog to go away, just to show that this does work as advertised, yeah, so here's the midway point, and then we have belts going this way, just because it would have been so high stacking the belts all going out the same way. We got 2 containers here, so these are like the 2 belts that we aren't going to use for the AI supercomputers, so they're gonna go. Oh, you know what, it helps if I put the jetpack back on. So this should be doing 450 a minute. It's our Mark IV belts. And I actually had to use Mark II belts just because, you know, these make 90 per minute, so a Mark I belt wouldn't have done it. Well, that should have been a minute right there, from when I connected it. I'll have to look when I edit, because I wasn't actually timing it myself. But yeah, that's the whole plan here. You can see there doesn't appear to be any gaps, and we got, yeah, 5 there, 5 here, and then it should be this side that it's pulling from. Copper. Yeah. It's stopping and starting because we're only using 2/3 of that copper. Yeah, so the first set of 5 isn't being used. As you can see, it seems to be working pretty well. Let's see if we can see the last mine now. Yeah, I think we should be able to just make it out. We'll land here. Yeah, so the belt, as I zoom in, you should be able to see. The belt comes over here and goes over this way. There is a small patch of the poison cloud over here. I can't see the belt really here, but if we look this way, you can just, that's that's the miner there, just at the edge of our vision. So it's quite a bit ways off, but not nearly as far as like the plastic copper that we just got. And yeah, nowhere near as far as the plastic and rubber that we're going to be making in that I'm planning on trucking in. And they changed how this guy's path. He used to be pretty high, but now he actually is quite a bit lower path. And probably could jump onto him now. Haven't tried it yet. So, that was like 2/3 of this room. We have a bit more room here. The other thing, besides Quickwire, that is going to make this AI supercomputer build a lot easier than it would have been otherwise, is now there's the crystal computer recipe. Basically, you use the quartz oscillator to make the computers a lot cheaper. So, I had set up kind of a temporary quartz crystal maker, or just finding crystals. We were only using one of these. For the amount of crystals we'll need, not necessarily for the computers, but actually for the Nobilisk bombs, detonators, and cartridges, we're gonna need a lot more. So I've now hooked up both of these. They're overclocked. There is a storage container right here where I was putting the refined stuff. As you can see, it's obviously all backed up. But like, that's only if I need it to manually make some computers or something, which you do need the computers for the fuel generators. So that's kind of why I set this up. But you can see we got 2 belts coming over here. Let's get out of this zoom view. And they're coming up these conveyor lifts. And yeah, we have 30 of these machines here. It would be 60 if I had 2 rows, but I only have 1 row. But each takes 30 raw quartz and makes 15 quartz crystals per minute. So we have 2 belts coming up, and that will give us 1 full Mark IV belt of crystals. That's way more than we need for the computers. Let's review that real quick. I'll just go to items. We need 640 to get 320. But for the cartridges, let's go to items for that. That needs, 900 is 2 belts, so that is what we're doing here, and that will get us 450. So let's hook this up. Yeah, this I haven't hooked up yet. Let's try. Yeah, there we go. That will work best. Here comes the crystals. And we're running here. They changed this graphic. It used to look actually just like that, but in 3D, but I think it kind of makes more sense that it's now a tray of purified crystals. So, yeah, that's about all I have at the moment. I kind of wanted to show this off because, the next step is putting a roof over all of this, which, makes it harder to see and get around. And then putting a second floor where we're actually going to be making circuit boards, circuit labs. We need to make the circuit board, the crystal oscillators, the circuit boards, the computers, the connectors, and the AI limiters. This is 23 assemblers. That's like 2/3 of a row. Manufacturers are we may need 2 floors. Assemblers, we can fit in 23 assemblers, or this will be 22 assemblers, 20 assemblers, and 13 assemblers. Maybe even 14, just, if we're doing things symmetric. Actually, if we do things, we could, this would be 11, 10. We almost could fit these all in one row. The problem is the manufacturers. I'm not sure how many we can fit. Let's say we made all these as well. That could take up the whole rest of the floor. The floor below we have 9, and that stretches more than halfway. So we'll have to see. But yeah, that's the plan. And then I have to get the actual plastic and rubber coming in. We should be producing 1350 of the plastic and actually almost 1800 rubber. Not quite that. From the one location, I'm using a bit of the oil that should be producing rubber to produce fuel for the trucks. But yeah. So this is, again, another short episode. I wasn't sure at first if I continue this, record this part, then, work for a day or two and put a second floor on and then show some stuff there, but I don't think a second floor will do it. Where's all your stuff going? Oh, okay. Part of why I'm doing this in steps like this is so that these do back up. This is pulling in. This is almost backed up, and that's why the other ones are starved. But once these are all backed up, then they only can pull in 30 per minute, and so we will get even distribution, even though, I'm not getting even distribution initially. But that's why I'm running these like this, just partially to get everything backed up. All the smelters, all the assemblers here. That way when we do turn it on, finally, once we have the other floor, this will be able to produce at the full rate. Alright, so because there's quite a lot to do, I'll split this up into 2 episodes. So I'd like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Satisfactory. See you then.